back to On the Fly. Today we got a trade between the Nashville Predators and the Tampa Bay Lightning. So the Nashville Predators do receive Foote, a 2023 third-round pick, fourth-round pick, and fifth-round pick. Then they get a 2024 second-round pick, and lastly a 2025 first-round pick, conditional with the condition that it won't be in its top 10 protected. So any pick that falls in the top 10 as of 2025 will be moved on to the next year. Won't be given up. They keep their lottery protected pick. So Tampa for Tanner Jeannot, and it's very interesting deal. And one of the big reasons for this is Tampa, you saw last year when they went after Hagel, giving up all their picks, all of their future to go at yet another cup. And I think we're seeing this more and more. We saw the Leafs do it with O'Reilly, and today with McCabe. We saw the Bruins do it with Orlov. We see Meyer. We see all these different players. Tarasenko, Kane's going to come up. We see all these players now just teams going all out, especially in the Eastern Conference where it's a cutthroat year. We're seeing probably one of the most competitive conferences we've seen in years, if not ever. And I think one of the main reasons for this is that it's by never. Because at the end of the day, Boston's on their final dance. They're probably not going to see the glory days for a long while after this season with Bergeron gone, Krejci gone, and pretty much the rest of their team starting to phase out. You have Tampa, who's starting to get a little bit on the old side. Sorry to tell you, Tampa fans, but it's true. You have the Leafs, who are once again poised for another deep playoff run on paper, just can't seem to get it done. And then on the Metro side, it's all hands on deck. You have probably 6 teams at the minimum who could claim their spots as playoff contenders. As well as in the East, you have a bunch of teams right on that cusp that just can't seem to break out. Curious to see what else happens over the next few days before the March 3rd deadline. But with that being said, we'll talk about this deal with Tanner Jeannot going to Tampa. And I think it's a really interesting deal for Tampa with, once again, they're throwing their picks out the window, saying, this is our team, this is what we're going for this year. Gives the team a little bit of a confidence boost. Obviously, they don't have any picks to spend because they threw them all away last year. But with that being said, it's very interesting to see Tampa spend 5 picks, a first, second, third, fourth, and fifth, as well as a prospect in Foote, who's okay. I'm not saying he's great, but Foote's definitely a decent prospect for a guy like Tanner Jeannot, and they're going to get their money's worth. RFA at the end of the year, $800K right now. I would very much expect Jeannot to be at least re-signed, if not to a long deal. I see him on an 8-year deal. 2, 3, 4 million, somewhere in there, trying just to lock him down forever. We'll see if Tampa can somehow pull that off. They're in a little bit of cap trouble, I do have to say right now. Tampa is not necessarily the most cap-efficient team at the current moment. Yes, they're a contender. Yes, they don't really have to worry about their cap too much, but they do definitely have to watch out. As for Nashville, I mean, great job. You get 5 picks and a prospect for Tanner Jeannot, who's good, but he's not probably going to help you too much with what you're trying to do, trying to get into that rebuild. So I'm very much on Nashville's side. You get a lot of picks. You get a first pick, you get a second pick, and you get a third pick, fourth, and fifth in a deep draft class in 23. You get 3 picks in the 23 class. So we'll see what Nashville's able to do with it. Obviously, judging draft picks early is very, very difficult. However, with that being said, Nashville definitely is the winner of this trade. Clear-cut winners. Tampa, we'll see what Jeannot can do. Obviously, it's going to be a cutthroat year this year. When we look at Tampa's schedule of who they're going to have to play in the playoffs, you are definitely looking at a Leafs first round. Then you're probably going to see Boston. Then you're probably going to see a mix of either New York, New Jersey, Carolina. And then if you make it through all that cutthroat, then you get to probably see Colorado once again in the Stanley Cup Finals. So anybody that can help you put all hands on deck for this cup run is probably a great pickup. And I see Jeannot no different for that. I think this is a great pickup for Tampa in terms of the player. However, I do think that the value they gave up is a little high. So jumping into the trade grades here, I'm going to give an A+ for the Nashville Predators. Value up the wazoo. Great deal for them. And as for Tampa, so with Tampa, I'm going to give them a B-. I really do enjoy the deal for them, but at the same time, you do have to sort of worry about how much they gave up in this deal. It's a really good player that they're getting. Jeannot's going to help them a ton come playoff time, but at the same time, when you look to their future, you're giving away 5 picks and a prospect for a player. You're going to have to re-sign. You're definitely going to assume he's going to re-sign at this point. Because if you're getting him for a rental, yes, he's RFA, but if some team offer sheets something, you can't match it. You gave away 5 picks and a prospect for nothing. If you made it this far in the video, thank you for watching. If you'd like to drop a like, if you realize consider subscribing, tell all your friends and comment down below your thoughts on the trade. Until next time, see ya.